Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. I hope everyone is doing okay. Okay, so I got new tires on my front tires, so I'm back in business. This is some leftover chamomile tea, and I have some leftover tea from my walk home. That was good. I got my walking in. I mean, that's not good, but that's what happened. So this video is going to be like a little chat. I bought this cute little candle at 99 cents only. You got 3. There was a nasty little insect. I'm throwing that away. I hate bugs. All bugs. Sorry, but I hate bugs. So what I want to do is I want to do some very, very cheap meals. In fact, remember the last week, the collecting cans, the gambling, just to be super cheap? So, I got a super cheap pumpkin. I got to be very careful. This tripod is shot. $1.99 at 99 cents only. That's a good deal. Later on tonight, I'm going to be making something out of these apples that I got for $1. And also, I'm going to be making some tamales. So I went to 99 cents only, and I was talking to this woman, and she said she eats all of her meals at McDonald's. And I thought, wow, frozen food or crazy cheap food would be so much cheaper. So tonight, I want to make some, this is a can of chicken. So this is going to be, okay, you don't have very much meat. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be stuffing things. You don't need that much meat. I'm going to save this chicken for the tamales. And I cooked a little rice. So let's see. You can stuff a lot of stuff with this much chicken and rice. A little, might as well season it up a little. What I'm going to stuff with is going to be a biscuit. And then I'm going to make some top ramen to go with this. Some kind of. So where I live is not affected by the power outages as far as we know. We don't really know. But very close to here, like 30 miles away, which is nothing, is. Okay, I don't need salt. That's a little pepper, and I will add a little tiny bit of onion just to season my meat up. So I just made the rice. Last night, I stuffed those biscuits, and so when I got home, I was tired, and I ate my leftovers, and so I saved one for my son because those biscuits really revived me. So you go, well, what can I make with this measly amount of meat? Well, believe it or not, you're going to be able to make at least 3 biscuits and 2 taquitos. Taquitos and biscuits are about the cheapest thing you can ever make. I want to cook my meat just for like a minute because it's only going to be on the biscuit for a minute. The biscuits are not going to take that long to cook. I want to get this cheap stuff out there, and I hope nobody ever needs it. I honestly hope nobody ever needs this. Okay, so now my rice and my chicken is nice and hot. And I grated some cheese. I'd say this would be about close to a cup of filling. Okay, so now here is my biscuits. And I'm just gonna stuff this. I'm gonna start out with 3, and if any is left, then I'm gonna make taquitos. Well, I know some's gonna be left, because after a while you start getting the hang of just about how many it's gonna make. And so then if you make these, if you don't eat them all, what is this? Metal in my meat, my thing. If you don't eat them all, they're really good left over. Believe it or not. My rolling pin was a little bit wet because for some reason I didn't wash it last night, so I had to wash it just before I started the video. Okay, so now let's... And I have, I'll show you in a second, melted some lard. Lard is cheap. Cheaper than, I would stockpile up some lard. Lard is going to come in handy if you don't have any bacon grease in your beans. Because it's pig fat. Even though the power is not going off here, the fact that it's going off, I heard some people it's only eight miles away. Even if it was only in Northern California, I would still be careful down here. The big worry is the power goes out and the big fires start. That would be very, very not good. That'd be bad. Okay, so now these are some tasty little stuffed biscuits. Very tasty. And here are my tortillas. Look, I have just enough for 2 taquitos. In a minute, I'm going to go over my 10 cheap possible. This is going to be a good taquito, trust me. So I have quite a bit of food here. And then when I start in on the tamales, I'm really going to have quite a bit of food here. So then I will just, roll these up and I will fry them, seam side down, and all right, now, okay, so you get the idea. Now, I will fry those in some lard. So here is my biscuits that I stuff with chicken, rice, and cheese. And you can season them up. Now I'm gonna brush a little egg yolk on the top because I did that last night and that was really, really good the next day. And it kept my biscuits really, really yummy. Last night I stuffed these with textured soy. I just rice and cheese, and that was really good. This would be good with some little bites. I need a couple holes. Okay, so now I'm just going to bake them 400. Okay, now. A while back, I froze containers in my freezer. So just in case, if you guys have some containers, you might want to get some ice, some blocks of ice. They don't melt as fast as ice cubes. If the power goes out, you're going to want ice and ice cubes. Okay, so now I have 10 how to survive 10 meals. 1, top ramen bowl. Cook your top ramen, and when the top ramen is done and it's boiling, mix 1 egg, 1 tablespoon water, mix it good until it's frothy, add to the top ramen and stir it around until the egg is cooked. Add cheese, then big thanks KY Rambling Granny, go KY Rambling Granny, all one word for that channel, and tear your biscuits in pieces and drop them into the boiling soup. Stir and cook until the biscuits are done like dumplings. This is going to give you a nice big bowl of food. And if you have a few taquitos or stuffed biscuits, all the much better. You can add meat to this too. I added pepperoni. That was yummy. Okay, taquitos. Just corn tortillas. You can stuff them with hot dogs, cooked, mashed potatoes, meat, rice, and cheese. I used soy last night with rice and cheese. Tonight it was chicken, rice, and cheese. Stuffed biscuits and soup. I'm going to make some top ramen to go with my soup, and I will be back in a minute and show you large burrito and Aldi's pizza. Aldi's has a $2 pizza, and I find it to be good. I cut mine in 4 pieces, so 50 cents each. I ate one. And I bought burritos at Aldi's, $2 and something cents. But the big burritos I'm talking about are these. For $1, you're going to have a nice meal. All right, now, and I buy the cheese at Dollar Tree. I find it to be good. Also, if you make your sandwiches on bagels, it's going to give you a much better meal. Okay, for a cheap meal, tamales, and I'm going to make those in a little while. I'm going to make cheap tamales. It's not going to be authentic Mexican tamales. It's going to be tamales. I don't have any money, and I don't want to starve tamales. Mexicali beans, and you can serve those in a big burrito with cheese, or you can make nachos. Fry 2 pieces of bacon and remove, or some pieces of bacon ends. I usually just eat the bacon. In the bacon fat, fry chorizo until the chorizo is done. When the chorizo is done, add refried beans or pinto beans. If you add pinto beans, you can add a little of the juice and mash. And then you want to add milk. Thin them out with milk. I usually use 1/2 canned milk, evaporated milk, 1/2 water. And you thin those out. If you're going to have them with, let me write the milk on here. That's very important. The reason you want the milk is because you can, if you don't have cheese, down here should be milk. Why don't I have a pen? Oh, here we go. This is the old-fashioned way, you guys. What if you don't have any cheese? Then you can have these with some rice and beans, Mexicali refried beans with some tortilla chips. Mexicali beans. Egg scrambles, eggs, potatoes, bacon. You're going to have eggs and potatoes or eggs and rice, bacon, ham, or chorizo, toast, or burrito. Any kind of meat is good. Spam, ham, anything. Homemade macaroni and cheese. 2 tablespoons butter, 2 tablespoons flour. You cook the raw taste out of the flour, salt and pepper, add milk, or use a coffee creamer milk. 1 cup hot water, 1/3 cup coffee creamer. I still have some in there. And you add that milk, any kind of milk, little by little, and make a white gravy and add a few pieces of cheese and cooked macaroni. It's also really good with rice. And then you make hot dogs or fish sticks or whatever you have. Okay, now, to stretch your meat, add to your meat, remember my chicken, cheese, rice, or, potatoes diced small, vegetables, or eggs. And that's going to stretch your meat to make it go further, and then it's going to go further if you stuff things with it. I better get my arrangement. I don't know how long it can last. Okay, you guys, I will be back in a few minutes with my stuffed biscuits. So, okay, you guys. Oh, I just saw Prepper Patty mention there's a bunch of helicopters up there in Escondido. I have no doubt. I just text my brother last night. If that power goes out, evacuate. I hope he listens to me. Okay, you guys. God bless you all.